Hello everybody, good evening. This is Princess Ozoma Chukwemeka and I'm an effective parent coach. I help you raise godly children that are sound in all spheres of human life through the right knowledge and skills for parenting the 21st century children. Today, we'll be talking about what you should know about your child's temperament. What is temperament? Temperament is an inborn trait that determines how a person reacts to his environment. Did you get that? Temperament is an inborn trait, an inborn character, or an inborn characteristic that determines how a person reacts to the things around him. So it is your child's temperament that determines how your child behaves. It is your child's temperament that determines how he reacts to things around him. It is your child's temperament that determines how he reacts to situations and everyday routine, or when he meets new people or encounters a problem. So it is his temperament that determines all these things. Now, for you to be able to parent effectively, you must know your child's temperament. Without understanding the temperaments of each of your children, you won't be able to relate well with those kids. Remember that every child has his or her own temperament. So you don't treat the child A the way you treat child B. And most of the times, you have issues with the one whose temperament do not align with your own. Alright? So, for you to be able to relate to it, you must know each and every of your child's temperament so that you'll be able to follow each of them accordingly. I have 3 boys. The 3 of them, although they share a particular temperament, which is activity level, they share that one, but every other one is just different, and I follow them differently. Even in your discipline, if you don't understand this, you won't be able to discipline them effectively. Also in their learning, because it is the child's temperament that also determines how that child learns. So for you to be able to understand all these things, you must know what your child's temperament. That is one of the ways to becoming an effective parent. All right. So excuse me, there are many different temperaments in children. Remember, we're talking about kids' temperaments. I'm not going to talk about melancholy, sanguine, choleric, and all that. No, the one I'm talking about is basically for kids. So it is grouped to about 14 different temperaments. So now the one I'm going to center on now is activity level, because I noticed that a lot of children have this activity level so high. Some of them, their own is just so severe, and that is why most parents find it difficult to relate well with these children. The next thing they do is to spank or hit, which is wrong. Okay, so we'll be talking about activity level. Activity level, I mean here, is the way that child behaved in terms of staying one place, moving on. You know, there are some kids that have low activity level, so they can stay at a place for hours without moving. But the ones with low activity, with high activity level, can't even sit down at a place for up to 5 minutes. That is why the ones that have the low activity most of the time do well in school much more than the one that have the high activity. This is because most of the teachers do not understand this, because they tend to follow all the children the same way, not knowing that there are times that you just have to concentrate on this one and leave this one because they don't have the same temperament. So when you follow the same method for all of them, it will only favor few whose temperaments align to that teaching style. Okay, so that is why this is very, very important for you. All right, so what do you need to know about the higher activity level of kids? The kids with the high activity level, they're explorers. They love to explore the environment. They don't stay one place. They are always on the go. They want to see things. They want to look around. They want to know how things are. Just, they just can't stay at a place for a time. All right. They love activities that involves all the body movements. They cannot do activity that will make them to stay in one place. No. Giving them such activity, they won't even find it funny. But if it is about the one that involves all their body to move, like running, all those kind of activities, you see them so happy. And this will also help them to reduce that level of energy in them, because by the time they do this, they will just have to, relax a bit. But one thing about these kids is that they are easily distracted. They are very much easily distracted. That is why it is important for you to know this. If you don't understand this, there is no how you'll be able to relate well with this child. You will find it so hard. Even in the child's learning, you won't be able to follow through. The child won't be able to follow through, and it will be a big problem between you both. So you must understand this. For the child with a low activity level, they can stay at a place as much as they want. They don't like to mingle with everyone. They can see you and don't even want to talk to you. They just want to be on their own, just like that. Okay, and for activities that don't involve moving around and involving all the whole body movement at work, it's not for them. They can enjoy sitting down at a place, reading, writing, and doing all that. But for a child with the high activity level, that child won't be able to do that. The child will feel so bored, and he won't even learn whatever it is you're teaching him. That's why you see some of them saying, "Oh, teacher, do fast," this kind of thing, because that time the thing in them is already pushing that they want to move around. So what you do at that time is to allow them. If not, everything you're talking about will just be a waste of time. So when you are dealing with these kids, you must have to understand their temperament, because without this, you won't be able to relate well with them. And that is when you see a parent saying, "This child is so stubborn. He doesn't like to do what I ask him to do," not knowing that it is because that child's temperament do not align with her parenting style or with his parenting style. But the one whose temperament aligns, they will call that one, "Oh, this one is so dear to me, and this one is cool-headed, this and that." So for you to parent effectively, you must understand your child's temperament. I have a course on understanding your child's temperament. That course is actually 7,500. That is the course fee. But for everyone that will listen to this and get back to me and that is interested, I'm going to give it to you at 5,000 naira, and you also have access to my other course, Becoming an Effective Parent. Yes. So if you take your actions now, then you find your way into that course. This is very important, because there is no how you be effective in your parenting if you don't know your child's temperament. Even as an adult that you are, if you don't understand the temperament of the people you're dealing with, you won't be able to relate well with them. So to have a proper relationship with your children, you must understand their temperaments. You must understand the temperament of each and every one of them. And you must also know that you shouldn't follow all your children the same way. You don't raise them the same way, because they are just different. Just the way their faces are different, even though that they come out from you, they all have different temperaments, and that their temperament doesn't align with you doesn't mean that child is not cool-headed. All right. So don't see the child whose temperament is just so different from your parenting style as stubborn or not listening or not doing what is asked to do. It's just you that just needs to change you, because parenting is all about you. If you understand this, you'll be able to parent effectively. Parenting is about you. If you know all these things, believe me, all the issues that you do have in your parenting, you won't even have it anymore. So you just have to register for this course for you to be able to parent effectively. Understanding your child's temperament. It is a great course, and the few persons that have gone through that course has testified. I myself, I can tell you that ever since I knew this, it's been so amazing with the case. Before, I would just find it hard relating with my second son because his own is that he's not just a higher activity, he also has this his level of withdrawal is just so high, and it makes me to be finding it difficult to relate with him because his elder brother actually has his temperament aligned with my parenting style there. But after I understand this, I no longer follow them the same way. There are three boys. They have the same higher activity level, but every other part of the temperament is just different. And because I understand this, I follow them separately. The kind of discipline I give to one is not what I will give to the other, because I already know what will work for each and every one of them. Because if you use the same form of discipline for this one and use it for the other one, it will not work for this one. That is why I hear some parents say, you no matter what you do to this boy or to this girl, she won't listen, he won't listen. No, it's because what you are doing is just so not effective for that child's temperament. If you don't understand your child's temperament, you can never be able to parent that child effectively. Your child's temperament determines how the child behaves, how he reacts, everything about him, how he learns. So saying that your child doesn't learn, doesn't know anything, is because they have not followed that child according to the child's temperament. So for you to be able to do all this, you must understand your child's temperament. So I'm going to be stopping here now, and I'll go through the comment section. If you have any question to ask, you can go on and ask. I will answer you. And if you're interested in the course, you can reach out to me. My contact is on this picture here, and I can also call it now, 08066029501. Send me a chat on WhatsApp or through the messenger. I will reply you. All right. So thank you for listening. Thank you, Nikibu. Thank you, Esa Abiodun. Thank you, Kehinde. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Till I come your way next time. Remember, this is Princess Ozoma Chukwemeka. I'm an effective parents coach. I help you raise godly children that stand in all spheres of human life through the right knowledge and skills for parenting the 21st century children. Remember, to parent effectively, you must understand your child's temperament. And don't forget that parenting is about modeling. Whatever you model to your child, that is what that child will do. That is what that child will act. All right? Don't forget to always be an effective parent, because it is your child's awesomeness. Bye.